Hi, my name's Lisa and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, a big hello, and if you're already subscribed, hello again. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Kayali fragrance, and it's called Eden Juicy Apple. And I didn't go out and splurge on a full-size bottle. I'll put the prices here. I think it's about £80 for 100ml and £60 for 50ml. So not cheap, but I just got myself a 10ml bottle because I was intrigued by the notes, and it sounded fun and fruity, and I love the sound of that red apple. So this is going to be a first impressions. I haven't smelt it before, and I have to be honest with you, I don't own any Kayali fragrances. So this is my first purchase, and again, it's just a sample really, rather than splurging out on the full size. Now, I promise you that during my first impressions, I will always be honest as I possibly can with how I feel about the fragrance. And if I love it, I usually really do. And if I don't, I will tell you. So before we get started in this review, let's find out what the notes are. So here's the bottle, quite pretty. And I've got my sample strip, my tester strip. So I'm just going to give it a couple of sprays. I want to give it 3 actually this time, because I think I missed. Okay, put that there. Wow. Very fruity. Very fruity. And it has that grapefruit note as well in the opening that gives it that kind of, now where am I smelling this? The grapefruit smells like the grapefruit in, is it Ariana Grande Candy? Have no clue. But it's the first one with the pom-pom on, the pink. That grapefruit. But predominantly it's, you know, fruits. Not picking up on the apple just yet. Interesting. Not picking. Oh, it's coming through, and it is a red apple. Yes. Yeah. So there are other notes in here. There's Merose, lychee, not quite getting, moss and amber. That might be later because I think that's in the base. But first impressions, very fruity, very youthful, very, very playful. I am getting the apple. I am, yeah. But it's more dancing with other fruits. It's kind of playing with other fruits. It's not the main note, which is surprising. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, because I like to test drive my fragrances, I'm going to put a couple of sprays on me. I'll just put two on my wrist, like so. And I'm going to wear this now for a few hours and come back to you to let you know how it lasted, if it stayed linear, if it changed, and I'll give it a little bit of a mini test drive. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay. It's about 3.5 to 4 hours since I give it a couple of sprays. I give it 2 actually. So what are my thoughts? And I will always, I promise you, be as honest as I can with the fragrance. And I don't want to be too harsh. It's probably a perfect fragrance for somebody out there. But here's my thoughts. And yeah. So basically, what happened for me, now I'm almost 50. So I have, because of my age, I do have drier skin. And because I have drier skin, sometimes fragrances don't perform as well on me as a more youthful, you know, who has genuine oils in their skin that bring out the perfume. I'm losing that with my age. Oh, poor me. So that could be a reason why this fragrance was so disappointing. First of all, it only lasted with that fruity, juicy top for about 35 to 40 minutes maximum. And to be honest with you, it then turned into a skin scent after that. And not only that, the fruit, the apple, the wild berries, I believe is in there, it disappeared. And all I was left with, strangely enough, was a sugary musk. And I didn't even like that. And it was a skin scent. You couldn't smell it. You'd have to go up to your wrist and sniff hard to actually smell the fragrance. And, you know, have to be honest here, a little bit disappointing for the price. We're talking £80 for a 100ml bottle, and that's on some of those discounted websites. I don't know how much this will be in the shops. Who knows, it could be more. So what intrigued me getting this fragrance is the apple, because I do like it in fragrances. And again, it's there in the top, believe me, it's there. Within about 10 to 20 seconds, it comes in. But initially, it's kind of like lots of juicy fruits. Like I'm thinking of wild berries and things like that. And then that red apple does come in and you do smell it. And it's such a lovely fragrance at that point. Possibly a little bit too youthful for me, a little bit more juvenile. But even so, I loved that. But then it disappeared. And for me, I don't mind, you know, certain notes disappearing, as long as with what you're left with is this wonderful, alluring fragrance. But it just was so bland. I don't know if it's worth the price tag. Now, for those of you who are thinking, I love apple too, is there anything out there? I've got two fragrances that I'm going to bring in. Hold on a second. Let me just go and get them. So I'll just move you out of the way, Kayali. 1 second. I'm going to bring these two fragrances in. And they're two different price ranges. Just bring the second one in. I've done a review. I've done a review on Shiseido Everbloom EDT. So we will start with the more affordable fragrance, and this is Shiseido Everbloom EDT, and it does have apple in it. I'm going to spray it just to remind me. Look at the bottle. How beautiful is that? And I've done a full review if you want to check that video out. Sorry, just give it a spray just to remind me. Now this is it's not in the same light as Kayali. It's not a fruit cocktail. This is kind of a clean, cool fragrance, but it does have apple in it, and it lasts a little bit longer. It has better sillage, and even when it does turn into a skin scent, it's very, very nice indeed. So yeah, so that's, and that, let me think, I think this is a full-size bottle at 90 mils, and it is £48. Now compare that with Kayali that comes in at £80 for 100 mil, slightly bigger bottle. It's not really doing it for me. I love the opening, but the opening doesn't last very long at all. I mean, it's disappointing, really. Check this review that I have on. I'll put it in the description box below. Check the review of Shiseido. It's not the same, because this is Kayali is a very sweet, youthful, girly kind of fruity apple. This is a little bit more grown up, a little bit more cleaner, less sugar. Less sugar. Okay. And then we have the more expensive here, and it is by Chanel, and it is Chance or Tundra. Okay. Now you may say there is no apple in this. Well, it's got quince. And quince is quince smells like apple and pear. It's absolutely delightful. And when you spray, you would swear that it has apple in it. And that's because of the quince. Let me just spray. I don't need a reminder, but I just want to spell it. I'll put you there, girl. This is so fresh and wonderful. It has a wonderful apple note, but it's the quince. It's apple and pear. It's just so wonderful. It doesn't last very long for the price tag. Now, the price on this is... my dogs have just walked in. Hello, Lily. Hello, Daisy. I knew I couldn't be without you for too long. Now, the price on Chanel for 50ml, it's about 73 to 78 pound, thereabouts. Now, this one lasts a good 3 hours. Same here, and then it turns into a skin scent, where this lasts about 35 to 45 minutes, and then it turns into one note, a sugary musk, and that's all I get. That's all I get. So check these out. Check these fragrances out. Don't blind buy them. This one, Shiseido, the same thing. 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Moderate sillage, but it's so much better quality. It's a little bit more grown up, but it still has that youthfulness about it. It's very zen-like. And this, again, if you're wanting to try a Chanel fragrance and have been a bit worried about trying Chanel, try the Chance or Tundra. Believe me, it's a different ball game. It's actually meant for probably the anti-Chanel fragrance users, or possibly the younger generation, but I actually love it. I love it for me. So that's my thoughts on Kayali. I'm going to do a review on Chanel Chance or Tundra, a full in-depth review. So, you know, if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified when I next upload. But that's it. That's my Kayali first impression. I'd love to have your thoughts on it. I mean, maybe if I had younger skin that wasn't so dry, maybe the projection and the longevity would be longer, but I still don't think so. I think it's very disappointing. Very beautiful smell in the opening, but it's short-lived, and we're talking minutes, okay? And then it loses all sense of fruitiness, and it becomes something quite different and quite boring, quite dull, and a skin scent. Sorry about that, but I have to be honest. I won't be buying a full bottle. And for those of you that love the fragrance, great. Maybe you like those fruity fragrances that you just want to spray and you don't mind if it doesn't last. Okay, well, thanks for your time. Love to hear your comments on this fragrance and what you think, and I will speak to you all very soon. Thank you very much for watching.